BagFuel, baby.
This is gonna be a good one. We're fresh off the plane. SO's here chilling. I'm relaxing. How you feeling, ESSO?
I feel good, man. Just came back from Atlanta. I happened to put a call in, a little text into my man talking about, yo, I need to get you on my show. He happened to say, yo, I'm gonna be in New York tomorrow. My guy, the one and only, Kardinal Offishall, you heard?
Yeah.
Is it safe to say
What up?
you're the governor?
Nah, bro. And first of all, that's the wrong region, bro. Like, this is how you guys want to start? That's from UK. That UK have the governors and all that shit. I mean, we got the governors, but that's what they say over, you know what I mean, across the pond.
So we shouldn't use the Queen's language.
What they say in Canada?
I don't want to talk crazy about the Queen or the King right now.
Oh, let's go for it. Because you know, when I go to these Caribbean restaurants, I don't deal with no fork. I need a spoon.
What? How do we get there? What, the spoon for
Yeah,
what?
because it's a big Jamaican Caribbean culture in the T-Dot. Come on now.
Yeah.
Nobody eats with a spoon but you, bro.
You eat with a spoon?
Yes.
Nobody eats with a spoon but you, yo.
Greedy people eat with a spoon.
Thank you.
bro.
That's some fat boy shit. Exactly.
Yo, like,
that's some fat boy shit.
You know where that comes from?
That's why he keeps saying this on camera. I don't understand why he keeps saying it.
Wow.
He only says it when Jamaicans are.
No, because that's the Queen's law.
What Queen's law?
That's how she talked to the slaves. It's like, yo, eat with the fork, not with the spoon. I want to keep you at a certain weight.
Yeah, but
I don't
my
want
G,
you-
if you're really trying to like rebel all the way, you go back to what we did was we ate with our hands. To the spoon?
That's like saying if we want to rebel back, we don't use
No, I'm
toilet
not talking about
bowls
rebel. Yo,
and
all
toilet
right,
paper.
listen. Here's,
Come
we'll
on
just
now.
start it from here. Bun out the Queen, bun out the King, all of them. I don't even business like what they deem, you know what I mean, as
Important.
what we supposed to do, what we ain't supposed to do. Those people robbed, killed, murdered,
pillage, yes.
raped, pillaged to this day. So we ain't gonna, you know what I mean? But I love the people of England. You know what I'm saying? I love the people over there, but bun out the monarchy still, you know what I mean?
Yo. So talk to me, Cardi, because you know, because you my man.
Listen, and I'm just, yo, you thought you was gonna come here and I was gonna be like one of your regular guests?
No.
Let you try and be this. So let me talk to you, Cardi.
Yes.
Not that, it ain't gonna be that type of episode.
Yo, I can't sit here. I
It
can't
ain't gonna be that
talk
type
to
of
you.
episode.
I can't talk
You
to my
can,
mans.
but-
All right. Well, we got people that
All right,
want to know
let me
what's
pretend
going
like
on.
I don't know you. All right, sorry, my guy. Do your thing.
Yo.
Sorry, bro.
Let me jump in.
Anyway, okay, you jump in.
The 416, Toronto, is a city that even though you put it on the map, Drake put it on the map, people don't understand the quality of your town, from the food, the culture, the women, the sports, the violence.
Come on, bro.
Come on, what?
Leave that alone. We can leave that alone. You know what I'm saying?
You don't want to talk about it?
I mean, we can talk about it, but it ain't like nothing to be proud of. It's trash. You know what I mean? It's always been trash. Listen, if there's one thing you guys are gonna get from me today, it's the truth. I know a lot of niggas will sit on this couch and yeah, my city, you know what I mean? Fuck all that shit, bro. Yo, I would love for my city to be mad, peaceful, and nice, a place where people can come raise their family, where people could eat, you know what I mean, and like do what they gotta do without worrying about getting plugged. You know what I'm saying? Yes, the reality is that T-Dot, Toronto, the 6, whatever you want to call it, right now it's hectic. You know what I'm saying?
It's been like that for a long time.
It has been, but it's like right about now, I think what's happening is it's like the internet, social media, everything is just like, it's putting everything on Front Street. So before it's like, if we talk about like from neighborhood to neighborhood, like things that didn't make the papers, like the neighborhoods would know, the small communities would know, but now, you know, like people they're involved in whatever they're involved in, but it's like, also now it's like, you get, like you throw the clout in there, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You throw people that want to make a name for themselves on the net, like the code is different, you know what I'm saying? Like the code is different from when we grew up, you know what I mean?
Because y'all extravagant with how y'all do y'all things out there. I done seen dudes throw tear gas, come in with ski masks. It's like they just finished watching Belly.
But I feel like nobody even really knows about that side of the
And that's
T-Dot.
why they're able to get the work in. They think it's cute, they think it's sweet, and they're like, whoa.
I love the city.
I love the city.
He knows that. Okay.
You know what?
There is no secret. I love Toronto.
This man had the best. He caught lightning in a bottle twice. Because the first day that he came, we had the ill yacht party. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was, shout out to Carlo, shout out to Drew. You know what I'm saying? We put together something dope. Nando's sponsored it. Who else we had? Jameson sponsored. It was, the day was incredible. We had a good time. He came down with the wife. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We acted a fool on that.
I was drunk with the champagne. Once the champagne came out, the whole vibe changed. Because people were sitting around, because at first people were sitting around, right? Because there was an old boat there first. Then the new boat pulled around, and everybody was like, oh. Then you got on the boat. It was huge. Yeah. The food was catered. Everything was a go. It wasn't nice. It wasn't no bougie shit going on. It was like, the food's here. Help yourself. There's champagne here. There's liquor. Help yourself. I took the champagne and went outside the boat, bro. Next thing you know, the music was on, and the party started up in there.
I've been going to your town for 2 decades, man. I love it. There was a time I was gonna have a second family out there.
That ain't nothing new.
If you know, you know.
That ain't nothing new. People from all around the world.
That second family's in the T-Dot.
Hell yeah, first, second, and third.
That's why Drake not leaving. That's why you ain't leave. But you married. But that's why niggas ain't leave. It's the prettiest. Me and Ray Danniels was just doing a show last weekend, and we both voted that.
Wait. The two of you?
Yes, animals.
Yeah, we
on one show.
We on the net right
The first clip was
the first clip was
Nicki Minaj and Lil' Kim, who had better records.
Oh my God. Let me tell you something. I'm just trying to think of maniacs. The only Ray is my bro. Just this guy's the only person that I could think of who's more of a maniac than this guy is for sure
Ray Danniels.
Next time you talk to him, tell him
I just spoke to him a minute ago.
I was gonna say tell him number 3 said what up. That's my guy.
See?
On podcast, we can call people right on the spot.
And I'll put it on record. 2000 and it might have been 2006. It was early. Before, it was either 2006 or 07. But early, Ray, it was me, Ray, Rock City. There was a gang of us.
Rock City, wow.
Yeah, we was in Atlanta. This is when during the convict time. And Ray said, Drake is going to be.
Look at the camera.
Yo, you have to see him. He's shooting his own gun in there.
I told him we just did a show together. We actually filming right now. Podcast niggas can do what they want.
After you finish with Cardi, send them down to me. I asked for the mine, man. We go back to number 4.
Hell yeah, that's what I told him. I said, tell him number 3 said what up.
Let's get it, man.
All right, Nick.
So you said Rock City was saying about Drake.
No.
Oh.
Ray
Danniels.
Mr. Radar, Ray Danniels. Early. He was like,
telling you about Drake?
He was telling everybody.
And you're from the same town as him.
That don't matter to him. He was telling everybody. And everybody was like, what are you talking? This is early. He was like, Drake is going to be the number 1 nigga in the game.
Wow.
Everybody was looking at him like, nigga, what are you talking about? Atlanta niggas, New York, it was, I can't remember what we were there for. Whatever. But he was he stood firm. He was like, Drake is gonna be the number 1 nigga in the game.
I'm trying to understand why you're in shock, because you're from Toronto and so is he. You would think you would have
Here's the thing. You're thinking about 2023.
No, I mean,
I said in 2006 or 7, he said that Drake is going to be the number 1 guy in the game. So here's what you have to, it's very easy for us to talk in hindsight now. Because it makes sense. But what you have to think about is even from my city, he's still climbing, he's still building. 06, 07, when it comes to music, what does he have out at the time? At that time we did
What did he have at that time in 06?
We did the mixtape. What's it called?
Trey Songz was on that one, I think.
Yeah, comeback season?
Comeback season.
Yeah, 06, you know what I'm saying? So it's
the reason why I ask, right? I don't think what you're saying is crazy. I've spent time with you. You're very musically inclined, not only within yourself, you're immersed with the culture. So I'm giving you the credit of you are ahead of the game no matter what. Even if you're not into the music, just like Esso. Esso will call me, be like, you up on these new 3 chicks? And I'm like, no. He's like, you late to the party, bum. Like,
because people think I'm not paying attention.
Right.
yeah.
But in order for me to still talk the way I'm talking,
Yeah.
I still got to know what's going on compared to what was going on. You can't always talk
That's
in the
why I'm in
past.
shock more so. Not because
Well,
you're not busy.
No.
It's because I'm giving credit to how you love
So
music as a whole.
so here's the thing. Like it's been, it's out there on the internet. It's not anything new. That at that time, like when I was first introduced to Drake's music by a dude from my crew, Ro, this nigga Ro Dollar.
Yeah.
Ro Dollar was a massive Drake fan. And this is like before anything. He's like, yo, there's this kid, he's on Degrassi, Cardi. You would love him. Like he's rapping, like and this is like when Drake was just, everything was just spitting lava, flame, fire bars, you know what I'm saying? So I remember he told me about him and you know what I'm saying, eventually we connected and we met and all that. So when I got to hear, I remember he had dropped off one of his mixtapes, and this is before comeback season. He had let me hear one of his mixtapes, and I was like, oh, this kid is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I brought it to Akon. Because I was like, Con, there's this kid. I said, first of all, he's already on the #1 TV show in North America. So he's got a built-in fan base. You know what I'm saying? Just thinking like from the business side of it, you know what I mean? Like he's already lit, you know what I'm saying? He's not no pun intended, but you know what I mean? He ain't
Start from the bottom,
He ain't
yeah.
started from the bottom. Like he literally, you know what I mean? Already has a gang of teenagers that mess with him, but he can actually rap. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to Khan, because we've spoken about it a gazillion times over the years. Like it is what it is. Like God does things the way that it's supposed to, and obviously it worked out the way it's supposed to work out for Drake. But no, the reality is that like, yo, I would have shit. At the time,
Ray Danniels was like, yo.
Ray. So here's the thing. I absolutely thought that Drake was that guy, but Ray, for various reasons that all turned out to be true, Ray Danniels was one of those ones who saw the vision. Because he was like, yo, if my man can do A, B, and C, first of all, he light-skinned. Second of all, he fucks with the chicks. Third of all, he can rap. He just broke everything down. And he was standing beside me, and all these people were arguing with him, and I was just looking at him like, all right, Ray. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, Cardi, I'm telling you, I don't give a fuck what these niggas are saying. You know how he talk. I don't give a fuck what these niggas are saying. He about to be that nigga. And sure enough, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to Ray. Like, that whole convict time was dope.
Yeah.
But I think during that time is like, that's when me, Rock City, Ray, Benny, like there were so many of us from the convict, that whole convict movement, like we still close to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like Ray, anything he need, he'll pick up the phone, call me, FaceTime me, whatever, like vice versa. I was just with them, Akon, Benny, Rock City, we was just all together for Memorial Day in Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just came back from Atlanta.
You were there Memorial Day?
No, I was there last weekend. I just missed you. I just missed you out there.
Yeah, no, we was out there tearing it up, yo. It was good. It was a good time.
Tell me about the fest when Drake gave you all that credit before he had brought you on stage, when you had told me to come out there. Yeah, OVO Fest.
Yeah.
What was that feeling like to you? Because you was real nonchalant. You came, you bust the stage out, but everybody there was just giving the vibe that like it was well overdue and well deserved.
Word. Well, I mean, here's the reality. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Drizzy. It's like, he don't owe me anything. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like, I don't walk around
expecting or entitled.
Nah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just real. Like, some people walk around, especially like, the OGs or whatever, they walk around and some people, they feel like, yo, why hasn't somebody acknowledged me? You know what I'm saying? In public or whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I'm not that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not that guy. Like, I'm going to do what I'm going to do regardless. But I thought it was ill. It was no, but it was dope.
It was
But
ill.
It was
gotta
dope. It
acknowledge
was,
the fact.
I was there. It was ill. It was like a euphoric moment for the town.
You know what
for
it was?
myself.
That night was super special because I think what I with regards to me, I can't speak for everybody else that participated that night, but it was a moment that we haven't had in the city for a long time.
Yeah.
And I think it was one that everybody wanted to see and everybody wanted to feel it, but not for clicks, not for like the superficial shit. You know what I'm saying? Like what he said, you know what I mean? It's not like he had some speech or something. He just spoke from the heart and it was really dope. And we, you know what I mean? The performance was crazy, you know what I'm saying? And then that was the first time that I ever been, you know what I'm saying, to his crib. His crib is stupid, bro.
Yeah, his crib was dumb. It's in Drake, Ontario. Remember when we saw that shit?
He
That
has
shit
his own-
said
hold on.
Drake, Ontario,
Hold on.
nigga.
Because I've been there. He has his own province, is what you telling me, Cardi.
When you go to the address comes up and the shit says Drake. Am I lying, Cardi?
Bro, on
The
the
shit says Drake
Jeep,
on the GPS.
yo, his shit is definitely some
Drake,
next level
Ontario.
shit. It was wild, yo.
Yo, we was like, yo, and Cardi was the one that said, he said, hold up, does Homeboy's address say Drake, Ontario? Because we
Yo.
was like, yo, what the fuck is going on here, B?
Yo, it was definitely an experience.
It was ill.
yo. It was definitely an experience.
nah,
It was crazy.
But it makes sense for, I'm not gonna say it makes sense because you, Vince Carter, and Tracy McGrady at that time are the three people that catapulted Canada into America mainstream, in my opinion. Because at the same time, I was going there. And I know people don't give T-Mac his credit for what he was doing.
Cause you know he was low, you know what I'm saying?
But
He
I
was-
know what he meant to that town.
Well, here's the thing. You gotta shout out John Sally. John Sally was actually the first. Yo, he was when he played for the Raptors. He was actually the first one. He literally transformed the scene. He
So
transformed.
he was a
it.
party dude, but he
Hell
was
yeah.
outside.
Outside. Yo, to this day, shout out to John Sally. He know, yo, anytime I see John, he's like, yo, nigga, you know I'm the one that got this city
That's
lit. You know
New
what I'm saying?
York.
Yo,
That's a New York nigga.
You know where
Yo.
he's from, right?
That's he from Brooklyn.
Yo.
But John Sally, everybody behind the scenes of basketball, everybody gives John Sally
his
props. We got to
props.
sit with John Sally. John Sally was supposed to sit with us. I forgot when, but we need to get, that dude got props from Shaq. That dude got props
No, listen,
from
you
Detroit.
could do a whole hour episode literally on how influential he was on the low in Toronto because it's like when he came around and started throwing those parties, it's like he was really one of the first that like had the city lit in terms of like throwing big ass parties, but then you know what I'm saying, inviting in different his ball player
famous
friends. This,
people.
that. Oh man, like we was never really a bottle service city like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like John, you know, he also hired this legendary DJ crew, the Baby Blue Sound crew. Those were like his go-to guys. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he had them lit. All of their parties were sold out. You know what I'm saying? You talking about the women like those days, like
Because you know, NBA players have ranked Toronto, Miami, LA, Atlanta, and Houston. Like those towns as most beautiful women they see when they bounce in.
Every nigga that travels ranks them motherfuckers. Those is the cities. It ain't ball player or rapper.
You know, the
But most
thing-
people ain't gonna
Yo,
say.
but
If
the
you
thing-
travel around and you get chicks, those is the cities.
the
Everybody know that.
reason why they love Toronto the most though is because we had the best of everything in one city.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if
yeah.
you go to Miami, you know what I'm saying? There's a
Got
specific,
Spanish,
yeah. You go, you know what I
Latin.
mean? LA has a certain.
Toronto got all flavors.
We got everything. To this day.
To this day.
To this day.
I just left Toronto with my wife when he went to his birthday party, and my wife was like, damn, every bitch up here look good in this motherfucker.
It's been like that
Yo,
for almost 30 years,
It's
bro.
been like that forever.
You know,
Ever.
the
Forever.
Somalian chicks, Jesus Christ.
It's been like that forever.
What did it take for you to break through? Because like I said, you, VC, Vince, T-Mac, y'all came up at the same time and pushed in, and I felt like that culture that y'all set was the foundation for everybody else after.
Yeah, I mean, listen, here's the thing. It's like there was a lot of groundwork that was done before that. You know what I'm saying?
Obviously.
And no, but it's like it's vitally important because, you know, because New York is so close, right? We used to come up here and we used to spend just culturally since we were kids. Like we would always come up to New York. You know what I'm saying? So I used to come here and spend, you know, weeks with my aunt, uncle, rest in peace. They live in Cambria Heights. They used to live in Cambria Heights. So, you know what I'm saying? We used to go all over, yo. We used to go to Brooklyn.
You used to be heavy in Brooklyn, bro.
Yeah, we used to go to Brooklyn all the time. Jamaica Ave, that's still my spot. Like,
Yeah, you love the Avenue.
yo, it's crazy. Like, yo, you know
He
the
love
funniest
the
thing?
Ave, though.
When I go to
Over Flatbush?
hell yeah. When I go to the
come on,
Coliseum,
bro.
bro, the funny thing is I be in the Coliseum, niggas is still like, nigga, you still coming here? I'm like, hell yeah. Like, I just enjoy the energy though. I'm that type of person. You know what I'm saying? I miss how it used to be though. Like when we were kids, oh my God. Like there was nothing
Like the Coliseum block, bro.
on a Saturday in
it's nothing
summertime.
it was nothing like the Coliseum block was fucking phenomenal.
Incredible.
125 and the Coliseum block was like they mirrored each other, but the Coliseum block was like enclosed. So you had the block where it was flooded, then you go inside the Coliseum too, and it was fucking nuts.
Yo,
everywhere.
and the thing is that what y'all probably didn't know is that like we would go in there and see mad Toronto people. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah. So we be going up like Gertz Mall.
Oh,
you know what I'm
God,
saying?
Gertz Mall.
Walking up it like we'd be walking up and down, and it's like, yo, you would for sure you'd see people from the east side of Toronto. Like you see everybody. You know what I'm saying? And we used to come to the Ave and just get busy. Like we go get, you know what I mean? People get their fronts. People would get whatever was popping at the time.
Gertz Mall, Eddie's Gold Caps. Do you think that because you was coming back and forth so much here, that your influence over music was why you was one of the first ones to have the gateway to mainstream outside of Canada?
No, because that's something that for us, it was a regular thing. Like since I was a little kid, like you gotta understand, like I remember like literally being like 9 years old and like my guys would be like, I don't know what grade we was in, but they're like, yo, going to New York with the family. And they would come back and we would wait like to see how lit, like to see, you know, they come back with the
new shit.
with the boat, you know what I'm saying, with the double goose with the V and the multicolors, you know what I'm saying, the NBA hats with the pom pom and the T. You remember all them? Yeah, like so. Culturally for us, like that's where we used to go. Like that's where we used to come. Like you know what I mean, to get fresh for the whole next season.
But that shocks me because people that live upstate New York act like it's so hard to come down to New York City.
What do you mean?
They don't make that drive. They be
no,
on
but you guys don't even make the drive from Harlem to Brooklyn.
But they be on some.
Am I lying? Like.
I didn't want to drive down here. I took an Uber.
I drove.
It's the weirdest shit to me. I don't understand.
I've driven to Toronto,
I be talking to
Montreal.
Brooklyn niggas, and I be like, yeah, we going up to Fordham. I'm like, Fordham? Jerome, who going up there? Like, y'all niggas don't go nowhere. Like, you stay in your borough.
But I'm just shocked that Toronto is coming past Rochester, past all upstate New York, Catskills, whatever.
Yep.
And they're coming down there, and they coming down here in droves, experiencing the city. So I'm not talking about now. I'm not talking about Benny the Butcher. Now. I'm talking about back then. I'm talking about back then. So I'm like, it's just a mentality thing, bro. It ain't got nothing to do with what you're trying to do.
So because we could be here literally till tomorrow if I was to give you all the history. But shout out to Ron Nelson. Ron Nelson is from the 80s. He's one of the biggest hip hop concert promoters. And he literally used to come to New York City with a mother effing briefcase, a suit, the whole nine. And yo, like growing up, this is back in the day when he used to put foil paper on the radio, so you know what I mean? So you could tune in and all that shit. Like, I'm talking about Big Daddy Kane, Biz Markie, Roxanne Shante, LL Cool J, like all these different people, they used to come to Toronto and perform at this legendary place called the Concert Hall. You know what I'm saying? And that was literally from him driving from Toronto, driving to whatever borough, going to see these people.
To book them.
With bread in hand and getting, you know what I mean? And getting these niggas over to Toronto. So it's like the relationship between Toronto and New York is like,
it's tight.
hype, super thorough.
But why did you make it through? Because in Canada at that time, and please correct me if I'm wrong, weren't Canadians giving out standard deals and there was certain type of record deals that you could get? No?
At that time, we had trash. They were not
Trash deals. They weren't
They were
really
not messing
deals.
with hip hop at all.
Okay.
No. Them times, absolutely not. So for us, and whatever, we can always skip back and forth,
Yeah.
but it's like my crew is, me, Socrates, Shaw Claire, Julie Black, you know what I'm saying? Like a gang of us had a crew called The Circle. And Socrates was actually the first to get a deal. Shout out to Fuzzy, you know what I'm saying? Fuzzy signed Socrates in 95 when we were still like in school, you know what I'm saying? So he was the first one to get a deal. He signed to Warner Brothers LA.
Okay.
So he was the first one to get a deal. Shaw Claire was the second one to get a deal with Priority Records in I think 99. You know what I'm saying? And then I ended up signing with MCA in 2000.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But what happened was there was a lot of different levels and layers to what we were doing. But the thing was, we was on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Like we was literally on the ground. So shout out to, you know what I'm saying, Mr. Morgan.
I was about to ask you what part did he play, but go ahead. Because he's with
Mr.
Drake
Morgan,
now.
he played a massive part. So Morgan was my manager at the time. He had a management team called Figure 4, and it was Mr. Morgan, Saul Guy, and another guy named Duguay.
The same Saul that messes with Drake now too?
No.
Okay.
No. So Saul Guy actually used to. It's funny because he spent some time working with Puff and them back in the 90s also.
Okay.
So he actually worked with the labels in Brooklyn. So these guys, 2 out of the 3 of the management team, they had, you see 560 State Street? That's where they was camped up.
Wow,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? So they was on that block, and we used to go, you know what I'm saying, come to Brooklyn, and we used to put out, our own 12 inches at the time, you know what I mean, our vinyl. So we used to go to 560, and bro, there would be like, if there's 1,000 pieces of vinyl, all right, we taking each one, putting it in the sleeve, doing the whole 9, putting the sticker on it, putting it in the, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, obviously before the internet and all that,
Yeah.
like everything was physical.
Yeah.
So we literally, you know what I mean? Shout out to Fat Beats. Fat Beats was big supporters, you know what I'm saying, of what we were doing. And we used to sell our shit in New York, in LA, UK, Japan, you know what I'm saying? So it was literally like,
So y'all was
hand to
paying
hand.
for your own shit?
Hell
Y'all
yeah.
was coming together and putting
Bro,
the pot in?
listen, we were broke. If you go back and you see some of our 12-inch, the singles, I might have had the A side and then somebody else from the crew had the B side so we could split the cost. You know what I'm
Got
saying?
you.
So it's like, before I had my deal with MCA, like I tell people all the time, for me, like I know a lot of people don't like to tell they struggle stories, but bro, I didn't have enough money for bus fare. You know what I'm saying? Like I would be in the crib literally because I couldn't go nowhere. You know what I mean? Like I could ride my bike, but we was putting everything that we had into studio, into pressing vinyl. You know what I mean? If we knew that, there was an opportunity, who knows, to go to LA, you know what I'm saying, and like hit the circuit in LA, every single thing we had. Like sometimes niggas did not eat lunch for weeks, just saving up, you know what I'm saying? Saving up
Make
the
it out.
money, saving up every little thing that we had. Cause it's like, I don't come from money, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm from the neighborhood, you know what I mean? But I also definitely, just the way that I grew up, I also wasn't really gonna like sacrifice what I was doing to like do some illegal shit for the quick flip either.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So honestly, it's like, all my people, you know what? And shout out to all my guys that I grew up with because they wouldn't let me anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like honestly, they wouldn't let me anyway. So I just had square jobs, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like people don't know, but I was almost a lifeguard. So I was just underneath a lifeguard. So I was like a substitute lifeguard. So I'd just be like outside the pool at the desk. So while everybody was doing like, after school programs and all that, they was doing their swimming, I used to be writing my rhymes in my book. And then it's like if the lifeguard needed to go on break, I was qualified enough to
used to
go.
stand in.
I used to go in, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
You better not drown right now.
me having a regular job is how I discovered Toronto. I was working at the bus port authority, and one day it was just a flurry of chicks coming, and I was working the upstate gates. And they're like, yo, they called me, yo, we need you at the Toronto gate, which I think gate 65. And I'm like, where all you chicks going? And all my coworkers came. They was working the DC gates. They're like, where these girls going? It's like, yes, come to Caribana. And I'm like, what? Bro, we went up there not knowing nothing. I stayed on downtown Blur and Young.
Yep.
Right there, right?
Right in the heart?
Yeah,
Yep.
right in the heart. I'm like, yo, it's lit over here. And we just was like, where all these good-looking girls coming from? We thought it was a fluke. Then we went through Mississauga and they tried to murder us because, we not so I didn't know any
I don't know
better.
nothing about it.
Yeah, because they all over there. So we messing with their girls. They're like, huh? What?
You definitely should not.
What? Say that. What? They're not offended by that.
I'm sure they are.
What?
He said, I'm sorry,
The views the views of Hynaken are those of Hynaken alone and do not
mine
reflect
either.
those of the
I
people on
went
the
through
orange.
so many hoods, man. Like, I was through Kitchener. I was,
See, this-
yeah.
Yo, tell me about your business thing, right? Because you didn't rap all this time. Now, the funny part about this is, y'all, this been my man for a long time, right?
Yeah.
So he saw me on Math Show last year, and he didn't recognize me because I got all this hair now.
At all.
And I cut my facial hair off.
Yeah.
So he finds my real name, so he invites me to the fest and all that. And his way that he found out.
Bro, you gonna skip over this shit? This is a good ass. So the
All
funny
right,
thing,
let's hear the real story.
I was watching y'all on Matt shit, and I was like, yo, I loved the contrast. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you guys were there and you guys were like, a permanent fixture. I loved watching it because I thought it was dope because like everything balanced out, and this asshole was just loud and abrasive. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. And to be honest, he knew when he come up to Toronto because everybody told him too. It's like the thing is, it's like street niggas related to him. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas on the block, niggas in the hood related to him. Not to say that they didn't relate to everybody, but it was like the way that he was on the show. I think why it attracted so many people is because everybody knows somebody like him in their neighborhood, or everybody has somebody like him in the crew. That's why he's chilling here, like trying to be calm and collected.
I'm on the show. What are you talking about?
With his foot cross and shit like
Yeah.
this. Yo, the first time I met this nigga was when I can't even remember what year, is when he was managing Yummy, right? Imagine the very first time that I'm meeting Yummy Bingham
Salute
and
to
this guy. They come in, they don't ask about the music, they don't say, how was your day? They don't say, yo, thanks for fucking with us. Yo, this gonna be dope. This nigga came through the door and said, yo, we could smoke in here?
Yup.
The manager. The manager.
He still do it to this day.
Yo, we could smoke in here?
Yeah.
And we were like, yeah, no problem. This was in Cypher Sound's crib.
We in Cypher Sound crib.
We
in Cypher crib.
And I'm like, yo, Cypher, is that the manager?
Is that the manager?
He's like, I think it's the manager, bro. I was like, yo, bro, how is the manager more high than the artist? He's like, I don't know, nigga. Maybe that's how they do it. I was like, all right.
That's how we did it. I got my work
Day
done
one,
too.
my bro.
Yeah.
Day one.
This
First
nigga
day.
wildin'.
First day.
But back to math, the thing was, so I think just on like, just like to show respect, like I think I hit him up in the DM, like I started following, and I hit him up and blah, blah, blah. But what was weird was when I hit him,
he went to the DM.
I went to the DM and I saw
DM'd
previous
him.
messages. And he's like, yo, I just saw, this was like a year early. It's like, I just saw Mr. Morgan in
Chicago at the All-Star game.
Yeah, we was there.
With you.
So I hit up Mr. Morgan and I'm like, yo, who's Esso? He's like, what are you talking about?
Yep.
I was like, yo, blah, 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 blah. Dude on Math Off or whatever. I hit him and in the DMs, he's like, yo, I just saw Mr. Morgan in Chicago. Morgan's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. So I started doing my New York detective work. So I hit up Syph. I said, Syph, you know who SO is? He's like, nigga, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, all these people.
So doing the math, but then Morgan hits me back later. And he's like, yo, I think that's Randy Parker. I was like, word? I was like, it don't look like him. So I said, yo, is this right? He's like, yeah, nigga, is this right? I said, wow, bro.
He said, Bumba Clot.
Yo, the man looked.
He said, Bumba Clot. Send me your number, nigga.
Yo, I did not know this was my nigga. He did not look the same. But I guess, pandemic, you know what I mean? The nigga grew out his luscious locks.
Puffy still sees me right now, right? He saw me at the radio station.
Yeah.
Looked at me and I'm like, what's up, nigga? He's like, oh my God, give me a hug. Give me a hug, nigga. So, right? So then I see him again where we film at. Space Ghost is like, yo, Puffy's downstairs, come down. So he got to double take me again, like, where I know this nigga from? Like, he's like, oh, nigga, get in the camera, get in the camera, get in the camera and all that.
Yeah.
But he recognized me, but I still say he don't know it's Randy.
Right.
Although that he saw me at Power 105,
right.
He knows me, but he hasn't correlated that's Randy.
It took me a minute.
This is why I don't get upset with people. That's why when he walked off, I said to Ghost, Ghost, he still don't know it's me, Ghost. He said he recognized the voice. He knows me because the way that he walked off, I said if he knew it was me, he would have stopped niggas, gave me a hug, said what you doing, where you at, yo, fuck what you doing, come and follow me while we film, whatever. But I said he just don't know that it's me, and it's cool because a lot of people don't know it's me because of my facial hair and stuff like that. So it's cool.
Hey, it be like that.
But tell me, but I didn't know. My point being of this is. When you were rapping, I didn't know about your business prowess, right? I never even talked to you about it. I really didn't know. This is real shit. How did you go, what the hell happened to Canada's Got Talent, made you go on TV? That's the first thing, because I'm going to get your business shit out the way. And now you signing acts to Def Jam, and you're the global ambassador, A&R to Def Jam. What the hell is that about, man?
I mean, not at liberty to divulge and dive too deep into the Def Jam stuff, but I was the senior vice president of A&R at Universal in Canada before, and spent a lot of years in the trenches over there. You know what I'm saying? Just doing preparing me. You know what I'm saying? I learned a lot. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the CEO over there, because he empowered me, so I was able to learn a lot, try a lot of different things, make mistakes, gain success, do a lot of different things. But working with Tunji and Latrice and the whole gang at Def Jam right now, the energy is fire. You know what I'm saying? The energy is fire. The acts that we have right now, the thing is everybody's in war mode. You know what I'm saying? Getting ready. And it's the music that is gonna come out within the next year. It's not people think that there's gonna be some kind of Def Jam renaissance to where it's it's gonna go back to the days of Murder Inc. and Rockefeller and all that
Rough Riders.
Rough Riders and all that. But it's it's you know what I mean? It's 2023, 2024. So it's different energy, it's different vibes. But it's the thing I think that we all trying to do over there is make sure that it's we got, no pun intended, but we got quality control, top tier shit. You know what I'm saying? So for me, right now, we just cooking. You know what I mean? We cooking, but we cooking with the pressure cooker. You understand what I'm saying? And not the new school pressure cooker. I'm talking the old joint, the one that used to have to take, put underneath the sink, turn on the cold water so that shit don't explode. You know what I'm saying? We pressure cookering over there right now, but I'll tell you, honestly, it is a vibe. It's a dope energy. And shout out to them, because honestly, for me, being a music person, you know what I'm saying, still touring the world, still doing all that good stuff, but get into for me, circumvent all the dumb shit and just get to the shit that I love, which is making the music, which is helping people curate their albums, which is really, you know what I'm saying, being the bridge between art and commerce, you know what I'm saying, meeting somewhere in the middle. For me, that's what it's about. You know what I mean? And I'm in a position right now where it's a blessing, and I mean this with all respect. So it's I don't want anybody to take this out of context, But it's like I got to a point in my life to where everything I'm doing, I'm only doing because I'm passionate about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm rocking with these guys because like I believe in Tunji and I believe in Tunji's vision. You know what I'm saying? He's somebody that, at the other label he was at, time and time again, he was somebody that was taking these chances on artists that a lot of us had never heard of. You know what I'm saying? And making them into mega stars. Like such as Khalid, Thames, friggin' WizKid.
You ain't got to name no more.
That's good. That right there was it.
Like a dozen at least. You know what I mean?
Esso just did a piece on, it used to be about talent, but now it's about numbers. Do you feel the pressure of finding a dope talent that has the numbers already? Or do you say, so how does the label allow you to not get away with that, but now...
You right, say it. How the fuck does the label let them get away with this shit? When everybody else got to do the shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's, again, another reason why I like rocking with Tunji. And me and Tunji had that conversation to where he's like, yo, these people that I signed, he's like, yo, some of them had like, when I signed, had like 5,000 followers. You know what I'm saying? That's why I respect Tunji and why the conversations that we have are so dope. Because it's like I would say more than most CEOs, like he still goes with the gut. You know what I'm saying? In terms of like, yo, I believe in the talent. Of course, you can't exist business-wise in this time and not make sure that you cover everything so that you have the numbers as well. But I can't remember who said it, but there was something dope to where it's like, the numbers is like GPS. You know what I'm saying? Like the numbers is GPS. It's an easy way for you to find where you're going. You know what I'm saying? It helps you along the path. But it's like, that's not, for me, I've never been strictly a numbers person. It's dope if they got numbers, but there's mad niggas that have a lot of numbers and they're trash. Or they will not be here 6 months from now. Or you might have a little moment, but that don't mean that anybody's gonna care about you 2 years from now. So I'm a bit more traditional in the way that the people that I work with, I'm trying to work with people that are going to be future superstars and have a career of 5, 10, 15, 20 years and beyond.
Because you and Esso, y'all know when y'all rolling out an artist, y'all gotta have 3 singles ready before the first one drops.
If you want to make them substantial. Because people just putting out one-hit wonders.
Right. Are you talking about now or back then?
That's a foundational plan right now.
Yeah, but now that plan no longer exists.
No, it do. It do.
But it's too many people. I swear to God, this guy will call me and be like, Hyne, this bitch got 3 months. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I be like, yo, they be hot. Yo,
he be like, that bitch in trouble. That nigga in trouble.
They be hot. Yo, they be hot as a firecracker. And I be like, look at this shit. He be like, yo, she on fire. I be like, she got a month, nigga.
Am I right?
Do I be wrong?
Non-stop.
I can't even say they name up here. I be like, because they be mad at me. I be like, she got a month. If she don't come with a record, if she don't come with a follow-up, she got a month left. Then I'll call him and be like, this is the big joke. I call him. I'll be like, yo, I'll be acting like nigga gone. I'll be like, remember so-and-so? And he be like,
here's one name right here. See? You had to think about it.
Which one is that?
Come on, nigga.
Oh, yeah, but I said that. Yo,
he said that in September.
No, but listen.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Listen, here's the thing, and this is I can only speak for myself because
shit crazy.
When it comes, the thing that's weird. There's a lot of weirdos in the music industry, right? And the thing is, like, we in the music business, so I don't know anybody that gets into business to not do well. I don't know anybody that gets into business, like real businessmen. Like, the whole purpose of a business is to
make money, right?
Well, it's to make money, but it's like to build up your company so that you can exit. You know what I'm saying? And go on to the next thing.
Go on to the next thing.
And I think even musically, if you look at the music business, everybody got to build up their brand so that you can get to a certain level, exit that level, and do something else.
Like
and not necessarily pivot from music.
Okay.
But you just can't be doing the same shit forever. Because at some point in time, niggas is gonna be like, all right, bro, what else do you got?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why people sometimes they're like, I'm cool with that guy or I'm cool with that girl because they haven't figured out to reinvent. But here is the real thing. Like a few years ago, they used to say, right before the pandemic, there was a thing that said it is going to become normalized to where people will go through about 7 careers in their life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like our parents, you know, people that were like,
They drove a bus and they drove
a bus and they drove it until they were 65, got their retirement. They picked, like, it's normal now for somebody to have on average 7 jobs throughout their life.
Wow.
But here's the thing, within the music industry right now, anybody who is successful, anybody who is and listen, in my opinion, we're murdering that shit to where the megastars, it's like a dying breed. You know what I'm saying? Think about it like this. We were talking about it yesterday. Think about the era of when Drake, Kendrick,
Cole,
Cudi, like, you know what I'm saying? That was the last time that there was like those people that rose to that level. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying there hasn't been superstars since then, but I mean, like, you see
collection.
how we're
A collection is what you mean, or
it's not even just a collection. I don't think, like, the thing is people are putting less value and importance on a certain level of quality. You know what I'm saying? A certain type of longevity. You know what I'm saying? Like, arguably, you know what I mean? If you look at Beyonce, you know what I'm saying? Like, one of the biggest super mega stars in the world. But when did Beyonce came out decades ago, fam?
97?
Who's the new Beyonce? Not that we need one, but you understand what I'm saying?
Like, need one.
Who is that? Who is that younger generation
Drake,
who's a megastar?
Drake got to find another Drake. I said he got to be tied. Where's another one?
Yeah, but if I was Drake, would I necessarily want to find another Drake?
But what you're saying is unfair.
You don't necessarily want niggas to come and eat your food. You know what I'm saying? So
but
it's
if
like,
you're a billionaire and you going off to move on to the next thing, why wouldn't you put on the next man?
But that's what I'm saying
money?
Is that maybe when he gets to that level to where he's like, you know what?
But isn't he doing that with people like 21 Savage? 21 was big, right? Pause.
Is he in,
but
in the same lane?
Now that he did an album with 21,
he hit it though.
It's raised 21 stock. What?
For sure.
Not in the same lane.
No.
But to go back to what you're saying,
hold on, just stick a pin in it real quick.
Yeah.
Drake is probably arguably one of the best in rap history in terms of making his collabs like into something massive.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if anybody else that is at his level
currently
has ever currently or before.
Hove?
The best of both worlds.
Best of both worlds was not. Wait.
Best of both worlds.
But here's the thing. Like,
but you're right.
Jay did do that. He did do that a couple times. But the thing is that Drake got the formula. He got the sauce.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's they call it the Drake effect. Like anybody that he rocks with. But again, going back to our original point is that, you know, who is gonna be that next Drake, that next Beyonce, that next
But here's the
Cole,
problem with
that.
You're talking about an extremely unique individual. So if you look at it, whether it's sports, like we was like, where's the next Jordan? It takes about 10 years to get something close to that, which was Kobe. So when you're looking at a Beyonce, that's not gonna come out the factory.
No.
You understand what I'm saying? Even baseball players, hockey players, like anybody that's
But look what you just said though. There wasn't a 20-year gap in between.
What?
In between, like if you think about Jordan at his prime, Kobe came in during that time.
Yeah, Kobe played against Jordan.
When he's transitioning.
And LeBron, you know what I'm saying? Now we in the days of like Ja Morant and Steph and whatever. In hip hop, the thing is, it's like,
is Rihanna close to what Beyonce is?
No. She's different. She's different.
She's different, but listen, through her business acumen,
she's on a level. Let's work this out.
No.
She's on a level for sure.
I'm not talking about level, but where I'm going to, Ree is definitely a superstar. She's probably one of the sexiest women ever to live, and she got records. So I'm not.
All respect due to ASAP.
All respect to everybody, but everybody,
he's from Harlem.
but everybody
like-
knows. That's like saying that Beyonce look good. Respect to Jay-Z. Come on, everybody, come on, stop. Everybody know these things, bro. Like he's proud when niggas say that. He be like, yo, that's mine. I got 2 babies. You know what I'm saying? With that, she's locked in with me. Who cares?
Word up.
But she's different to me from a Beyonce. When Beyonce was hot, when Rihanna came along, I didn't look at Rihanna as replacing Beyonce. Rihanna was her own lane.
That's true.
Y'all replace Madonna.
I could see that,
Madonna?
but being black, I could see that because she did crossover records. I could see that. I could see you saying that because people not gonna think that because one is white and one's black, but she definitely filled that void, that sexy, that wild, sexy side void. Do whatever you want.
Let me tell you something. So what's crazy was, what year was it? Might have been. What year did she sign with Rock La Familia or whatever?
With Jay-Z, it was
gotta
around
be
when
like
Yummy signed.
04.
05.
I think it was
Because they
05.
all signed together, Yummy, Rihanna,
Tierra Marie. I remember this.
Tierra, Neo, and Trey Songz.
So here's the thing. I'm in
Chris Brown.
studio, you know what I'm saying, at the crib, and I get this call from from Mark Jordan.
Mark Jordan was managing with Rihanna at the time.
Well, here's the thing. At that time, he was not. He had just, I guess he was at Columbia, and then they parted ways, and you know he was doing whatever, traveling or whatever.
Yeah.
And I get a call and he says, "Yo, Cardi," he says, "I'm in Barbados." He's like, "I found the most beautiful, talented little girl ever." I'm like, "Word?" He's like, "Yo, I'm telling you, fire! Like she could sing, da 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 da, blah blah blah." And the joke, I said, "Word?" I said, "What's her name?" He said, "Rihanna." I was like, I said, "That's way too Caribbean. It's never gonna work." Yo, true story. Shout out to Ree. Let me. So
You ever told her that to her face?
Listen, if you know the amount of fun that we had, we had a good ass time. Because here's the funny thing. Anyway, he's like, "Yo, I'm about to go meet with Jay." He's like, "Yo, I got Elephant Man on a couple demos. I need you on a couple demos because, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to go play for Jay or whatever." So I did a couple joints, you know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. And then everybody heard the story about how he locked her in the room and, you know, they signed her overnight or whatever. And yeah, if you go back to Rihanna's first album, like one of those demos, like my joint is on there, you know what I'm saying? One of the features. And the funniest thing was 2005, Jay came up to Toronto to do something, a Caribana block party called, I think he called it like Rock the Banner or something like that. So it was him, Kanye, Syph was DJing, Tierra Marie was performing, Rihanna was performing, and he had asked me to be the special guest, but like a surprise guest, so people didn't know at the time. And yo, if you like go to YouTube, I think it's on my page, but go to YouTube, like that was a legendary night in the city. Like that place was packed. And Jay wasn't supposed to perform like Kanye, nobody. It was supposed to be Tierra Marie, Rihanna. Then I was supposed to come out, you know, do the whole special.
And Jay and Kanye wound up performing.
Nigga, the way that when I came out there and I tore that shit down, Jay was like, you think you gonna do this at my own shit? Yo, he was like, "Yo, Syph, let's go." And him and Kanye ended up performing. Like, it was a crazy night. But the point was, that was my first time meeting Rihanna in person, was rehearsals for that. Rihanna used to be, when she was young, I think she was like 14 or 15, she was mad shy, bro. Like super just shy, you know, young girl coming from Barbados, Ray, super sweet. And it was very dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like meeting her that time. That's actually the first time that I met Jay. That was that same time. And he was dope because he was, you know what I mean? He thanked me for, you know what I mean, participating with the whole Rihanna thing or whatever. And it was a legendary time at Caribana. But I say that to say, obviously, like, you know, we went on when she came and shot Hey Mr. DJ in Toronto. You know what I'm saying? So people are always like, "Yo, how are you in the video?" I'm like, "What you mean?" First of all, that's my people. Second of all, they shot it in Toronto. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, we also, you know, me and Ree, we went on tour with 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? So that was...
I didn't know she toured with 50.
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't know you toured with 50 either.
And David Banner. And that was crazy too. Shout out to 50. That's a wild boy. I still remember because that was a few years later. And I remember he said, he said, how old are you? And she said her name. She said her age, and he was like, all right, I'm gonna come fuck with you next year. Yeah. Oh man, but like I'm telling you, like those times, like you know what I'm saying, like seeing Rihanna go from this like, you know, shy, just sweet girl, you know what I'm saying, to just like finding herself, and really like the more that she became comfortable with herself, that's when everything changed
Turned
for
up.
her.
Damn,
you know what I'm saying?
so you seen a whole bunch of people transform because you seen me go from a shy, quiet young dude.
I never seen
Because
that.
you seen me come from a,
Nigga,
you know what I'm saying, from a
I
shy,
never saw
quiet
that.
young
This
dude
nigga
to
here.
get my confidence to talk on camera. You know what I'm saying?
Talk to him.
You know what I'm saying, kid? You know?
What was it like when Toronto won that chip?
Ooh.
What did it mean? Did that officially turn Toronto into a basketball city instead of a hockey? Because people don't know, when you watch Sports Center, they lead with hockey.
Yeah.
No matter what. It was a tough adjustment.
Yeah.
Canada's a hockey town.
No.
Yeah, but
You don't think so?
Well, Canada, yeah.
Canada's a hockey
but
town.
But Toronto, since we had the Raptors, like we've been rocking forever. Like when I was in high school, when they first
Damon Stoudemire,
Mighty Mouse.
Mighty Mouse.
You know what I'm saying?
Canby.
Like from them days, we was all in. What I love about now though is that at that time it was still like an American league within Canada. But what's happening now is like you're seeing now there's a pathway.
You got
know what I'm
Canadian,
saying?
you got mad Canadian players.
Mad Canadian
you look at
players.
Jamal Murray,
Doing
Tristan
it.
Thompson.
Doing it.
You know what I'm saying?
Wiggins. There's
You got
so many.
SGA.
RJ Barrett.
Shea Gildress.
Joseph.
Yeah. Chris Joseph. Yeah. It's a lot of Canadian ball
And we're
players.
missing a few more.
No,
It's a-
we missing more than a few. It's a lot of Canadian ball players.
But the thing is, like, we had legendary. It would be the equivalent of like people that played at the Rucker or whatever, but like never had the opportunity. You know what I'm saying, or didn't have the access. That's how it was in Toronto. Like we had mad street legends. You know what I mean? Rest in peace to Greg Francis, who just passed away. You know what I'm saying? Who was a mega ball legend. You know what I'm saying?
Greg Francis was from
loose,
Toronto?
Loose talk on that. Yeah.
I didn't know Greg
Yeah,
Francis
and he
was
used to
from
play
Toronto.
and he used to play in Europe and all that. Yeah.
Greg Francis was from Toronto.
Yeah, shout out. I grew up like so. I was real close with his sister. We used to do music together. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
so,
you was real close. What that mean?
chill, bro.
Guy's an animal.
Very much so. But you know what I'm saying?
I know that music business. So I was real close with her, and we did some songs together. You know what happens when niggas do songs together? Shit starts.
That's what happens when this nigga does songs. When
You
this
know
nigga
all the
does-
R&B songs that was written about him.
Come on, stop, bro. This interview's not about
Anyway,
me.
what I was saying is it's like the time is dope now because it's like now you have kids that can literally see a pathway to the NBA. You know what I'm saying? It's a reality. The same way I always said in Toronto, music and basketball is an ill parallel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like now you have kids that can not even just music, and we'll segue because I know that was part 2 of the thing. But it's not even just music now. Like now with me being on TV and going into the 3rd season, now they're like, oh shit, like maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe I could be on TV. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe I could be a TV personality or whatever. And I think that's what's ill about Toronto is there's so much opportunity. And the thing is we have some of the craziest talent, yo. Like when it comes to producers, when it comes to songwriters, when it comes to rappers, singers, like all of that. You know what I'm saying? Even in the fashion world, like Toronto is a crazy market for a lot of things.
It's so clean too.
I think, I don't know if he's done this.
Definitely.
No, it's one of the cleanest cities I've ever been.
hell.
Has Drake ever done an all Toronto album?
What you mean?
Just, it would be you, The Weeknd, just
Nah.
squash all the beef drama, be like Cardi on this track, The Weeknd on this track, Belly on.
You got Nelly Furtado.
Yeah.
That album would that album would be crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
That
I
would
would
put-
love
and
to see that.
Yo, and I think here's the thing. I don't think like,
That's a great
here's the
idea.
thing. Especially not even now. Like the thing is, it's like a lot of us are all like we all grown. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, here's the thing. When you're young, everything seems like mix-up or beef or whatever. But when you're younger, you realize that all it is just like unnecessary pride, ego.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Nobody
saying?
never talked about it.
Insecurity, lack
what
of communication.
Lack of communication is the number one thing.
1000%. So what's dope right now though, is it's like, I'm not gonna generalize and say all of Toronto. But when you're talking about a lot of those different people, like I just came from, you know what I mean, from going to support, you know what I mean, and go watch Nelly Furtado in one of her comeback shows. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, what's ill is you remember like last year at OVO Fest, she came out, Drake
Yeah,
brought
she
her
came out
out
to OVO Fest.
and you know what I'm saying? She was in all black. She was in this dress or whatever. And a lot of people hadn't seen Nelly in a minute.
Yeah.
Yo, less than a year later, she performed on that same stage just a couple nights ago.
Okay.
And my God, like she looked crazy in a good way.
I saw you.
Oh no,
posted
I'm aware.
Yeah. Niggas hadn't seen her.
But
in a
I say
while.
all that to say, like, if you look at a lot of the people that's doing it on a level right now, a lot, like, everybody good. I think all it is it's like, I don't know, somebody would have to have the vision.
Mm-hmm.
Two, you're talking about people that don't usually have time. Like Drake got his own crew, you know what I'm saying? So it's like he already gotta figure out, all the mans them from, Baca, Roy Woods, all the, you know what I'm saying, Division, all the different people, Majid Jordan, all the different people that he has signed to him. He already gotta juggle all that, you know what I'm saying? Never mind like trying to, you're talking about the weekend,
For
bro.
other people to get.
It's not like
He's
like,
talking about the weekend.
the weekend, bro. Like,
I'm always thinking like
but
the
it
Avengers.
would be crazy though. It would be crazy.
It would be soft.
Devastating.
That would be something in my mind that would take Canada and the whole scene to another level because, and he don't got to do this, you know what I'm saying? Because it would have to be some type of tour attached to that. Because it would be too much. Even if it was just a Canadian tour. Say you take out the U.S. You say, yo, I'm just gonna feed the people of my town and have the weekend. You don't need a whole bunch of records. You need one record with the weekend on it, one record with a Division and Cardi on to get the right feel.
Yeah, of course.
You get Nelly
be sick.
Furtado. You get Nelly
be
Furtado just to do a record and Drake spit a verse on it. Make that the single, and you have all these monster people with the young people. If he wants to launch his young people,
That would be the way.
and they're from Canada, this is the perfect way to launch it with veteran and known people. This nigga's on television. He's signing people. He understands the business too. It's a whole melting pot of things, but those same
It'd be
things.
ill.
But
I thought about it like that would be ill.
But those same melting pot of things and knowing about business and everything could be what could keep it apart. Because it's all about who's gonna compromise and who's gonna give and who's gonna take. It ain't gonna be about the music. It's gonna be about the business
Paperwork.
behind the music that's gonna see if it's gonna go.
Can I ask you an ignorance question?
Mm-hmm.
Because, the Blue Jays won, back-to-back World Series.
Mm-hmm.
Where were you when you first heard Back-to-Back by Drake?
Oh,
Because when I saw the cover,
listen,
World Series gonna
I was
do?
working
No,
at
because he
that
had
time. At
the
that
Joe
time, I was
Carter.
Just
at
fucking
that
with
time
you.
I
I
was
just
working
fucking
with the
with you.
producer. That's what's crazy.
really? So you knew
Yeah.
it was coming?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Well, what did you think when you first heard it before everybody else did then?
I mean, I don't know. Here's the thing. I heard the beat before everybody else,
Okay.
and I knew what was going on. But I mean, I tell people all the time. Here's the thing that's crazy. I felt a little bit. I was conflicted for a minute only because like me and the Clips have history. You know what I'm saying? Me and the Clips have history, and I remember like how I felt like when him and Push were in that thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember how I felt because I was just like, those guys supported me, and we did so many, different collabs over the years, and being on grinding was such a big part of my legacy and stuff like that. So it's like, I remember when he did Back-to-Back and he's going through that stuff with Meek, like, at the end of the day, I'm always Team Toronto.
Of course.
For real?
It is what it is.
No,
what
we-
it is.
we
Like, you
understand,
can never go.
but
You can
our
never.
team
No
Queens-
matter
our
who it
team
is,
Queens
you
is-
can never go against the city.
But I'm Team Queens, and somebody just asked me about a Nicki question, Ray Daniels.
Yeah.
Nicki or Kim? I chose Kim.
How about this?
I'm
I'm from
Team
Brooklyn.
Queens.
When I heard Ether,
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. You chose Kim?
yes,
How do you win against Queens?
you know why?
I like Kim. I mean, I'm honest. Like, when I'm saying stuff about Queens, people
The
think,
views that are
people think I'm
expressed
trying to, people think,
by SO do not reflect
but
those
let me say this, though.
of the other dude on the orange couch.
Okay. People think that when I'm bigging up Queens, I'm just bigging it up for no reason. Oh, just I'm from Queens. No. When I'm bigging Queens up, I'm bigging it up because that's how I really feel. I'm not into gassing people for a foundation.
Right.
Do I think Nicki is dope? Nicki's dope. Nicki got one leg above Kim because Nicki wrote her rhymes. The conversation was about whose songs do I like better. I feel like Little Kim made records that, although she was a female, niggas could relate to. Niggas was rapping Little Kim records. Men are not rapping Nicki Minaj records. Nicki is for the females. So that's why I chose Kim.
And I'm from Brooklyn, but when I heard Ether on the radio, I was like, I remember we was in the car and I was with a bunch of Brooklyn niggas. They're like, I don't know about this one. It's all right. I'm like, nah, nigga.
That's fire. Stop
Nah,
playing.
nigga.
So you know what I'm saying?
But I know that feeling. So I'm like, I wonder where Cardi was at. He's from the 6. That's his town.
I mean, listen.
Why do they call it the 6?
I thought it was from the area code, 416.
416.
Okay. I thought it was something else different besides the area. Because people told me that, but I was like, I need to ask a Toronto person, like, what's
That's the one
real
area
reason why they
code
call
most
this?
people remember, 416.
Yeah, I mean, that's the classic joint.
Yeah, that's the class. What's the new one?
We got too many. 647, 905.
Nah, 416,
after
B.
that.
Because
that's like when I think of calling over here, it's like 718
212.
212. You know what I'm saying? 914 Uptown.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all
Oh, you
the
don't
original.
accept 917? You don't accept 917?
917's grandfathered in.
Yeah, it's kind of original. 347 is not. It's still kind of new to certain
I mean,
people.
listen, my
And
shit-
that 929, I hate that 929.
See,
I hate that nine.
I don't know what that is.
I hate that 929, bro.
I got the best area code in the game, though. Yeah, you know that.
808. He's Hawaii, although he's right in Brooklyn.
Oh, what about 646?
Nah.
Nah.
That's dirty
later
nigga
on?
shit.
Yeah, that's later on. That's
Yeah.
later on.
Yeah, that's later on shit.
Yo, are you busier now than you was when you was just solely rapping?
If I'm, nah.
You don't think so?
No. No. My guy, we used to be gone like 3.5 weeks out of every month, just everywhere. Literally, like China,
But
South
you be
of
trying,
France,
but
Romania.
you was in 4 continents in 4 days not that long ago before I came to come see you for your birthday in Toronto. Then you come here, you're in Atlanta, you're coming here off the whim all the fucking time. You'll be in fucking Brazil. You'll be in fucking other places.
Brazil's, yo, you know what's funny? The amount of crazy places I've been, there's a few obvious ones that you think that I went to that I never went to Brazil. I never went to
I thought you went with Sue. Didn't Sue go to Brazil? I thought
No,
you did.
she went with John Batiste.
Oh,
she was on tour.
I thought you was with her.
No, shit, no.
Who's John Batiste?
John Batiste is homeboy that he used to be the band. He used to be the black guy. He used to be for one of those late night shows. Which one is it?
Conan, Stephen Colbert.
One of them.
All right.
One of them. But he used to be like the head guy of one of them late night joints, and then like he broke out, and he's doing like his own solo career thing.
Okay.
So and he won like mad Grammys and all the rest of that.
John Batiste?
Yeah. So Sue goes on tour with him all the time.
Oh, wow.
But no, I've never been to Brazil, Italy, and Hawaii.
What about Colombia?
No, or Colombia. We've been everywhere, but nah, like we were way like. Here's the thing. Intentionally, I slowed down on the music side because it's like, if I'm being completely honest, I don't really know, me personally, I don't know many musicians who didn't have to kind of make a choice.
Meaning?
Meaning, they're like, yo, I'm on the road, I'm earning money for my kids, but you're missing mad shit that you're missing them growing up. You know what I'm saying? And that's, for me, it wasn't an option.
You wasn't worried about money or maintaining or being used to a certain lifestyle, like.
First of all, we Caribbean, so more time we don't put money over everything. You know what I'm saying? Like for us, and it's no disrespect, but it's just like culturally growing up the way that we grow. It's like I still got to report to my auntie them, my uncle them. You know what I mean? Grandmother, cousins,
They still look
Ray.
at you like you 5 or 10.
Yeah, so it's like you think that I could come to them with some Puff Daddy shit, like some Diddy shit, talking about blah, blah, blah. Niggas look at me crazy, fam. Like, you know what I'm saying?
big
Like,
time.
it's just not a thing. And then also, you know what I'm saying, got to give a shout to my mom. My mom, from the time that I was young, was somebody who was heavy into the community. You understand what I'm saying? To this day, she's a community activist, worked for the Board of Education, all that. The first Afrocentric school in Canada, my mom was one of the founding people that helped build that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when you come from that, bro, it's like, I could never choose like money over a family. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I got a wife, 3 kids, and it's beautiful, bro. And I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, sure. Like, if I just kept going the way that I was going before, it's like, yeah, I'd probably have mad more dough. You know what I'm saying? But it's like at the same time, I would have missed those years that you can't get back. You know what I'm saying? Money you can make anytime. Time, you can't, once that's gone, it's gone. You know what I mean? So for me, I think what's ill about right now is just the balance. You know what I'm saying? It's the balance and it's the blessing of being able to do, like people talk about what is success to you, what is success
I thought she was naked, my boy.
Huh?
Oh, this like room, so this girl, she looked wild naked, bro.
This is crazy. I'm talking about my kids. You talking about naked.
Yo,
naked
you gotta
chicks
see
outside
this
the
shit.
window.
Oh, just him.
This is wild.
Yeah.
This is wild. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, honestly, people say, you know, how do you measure success? You know what I mean? Some people measure it by what's in their bank, how they look, what they're able to do, whatever. And, you know, for me, bro, it's about having peace in my life, yo. It's about being able to move how I want to move and only do stuff that I'm passionate about, because the stress ain't worth it, yo.
I think the most expensive thing we all ever pay for is peace of mind.
Oh, yeah.
Aside from Toronto, because that's classic, what's another favorite city of yours in Canada?
In Canada?
Yes.
Oh, that's...
I only got 2. So.
You gonna say Montreal?
Montreal, wild, bro.
Toronto and Montreal for sure. Shout out to the East Coast, Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Nova.
Halifax is
I used to be
fire.
in Ottawa a lot too.
I don't know
Is there a warm part of Canada?
No.
No warm part at all?
Only time it's warm is summer.
No, Vancouver. Like Vancouver.
That's on the West Coast, right?
Yeah, so it's Vancouver's like Seattle, so it'll rain a lot.
Okay.
I heard they got
get
the
snow out
most
there.
6-figure people living.
In Vancouver?
Yes.
Probably. Vancouver's nice, yo.
Yeah.
Vancouver's nice. Shout out to my man Red One. I remember when Red used to live in the projects, and I remember we went there, and I was like, bro, I understand that this is the projects, but bro, I can see the mountains, fam. Like, this is like I vividly remember that, standing on his stoop. You know what I'm saying?
Looking
like
at the mountain.
and I'm like, but the mountains are right there. Like, there's just, you know what I mean? There's just something about it being so beautiful and picturesque. You know what I mean? Because I think a lot of times,
We look at all the mountains like that when you grow up in the East Coast.
nah, for sure. But think about it though. Like, think about even New York. Like, any one of the housing projects or whatever. It's like you're surrounded by other
But
apartments.
In California, they got mountains and shit. And somebody from New York be like, "Oh, the mountains. This ain't the hood." You get popping fucking now.
Well, that is true, because I remember the first time that I did go to what's his name, Alan S. Gordon from the rap pages from back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, like, you know, us being from Toronto, like, we were like, yo, we want to go to the neighborhoods out there. And I remember going to the neighborhoods, and I was like, they had yards and, you know what I mean, gates, and I was like, this is where it goes down.
Here? Mm-hmm.
He's like, nigga, it's where it goes down. You know what I'm saying? So I guess it really depends on, because you know what? People from New York come up to Toronto all the time.
All the time.
And they're always like, man, it's pretty over here. Like, it's clean,
But I
it's
learned.
nice. But the thing about
Boston though, like
the thing
nigga.
about Toronto though is when you go to certain neighborhoods, like when you get to the neighborhood, you know you in the neighborhood.
You know you in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Boston's like that too. When you get to the neighborhood, you know you in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Boston rugged.
That's why I said, out of all the people I've ever seen commit crimes, the Canadians were the most sophisticated.
I didn't know that they committed so much crime up
Yo,
there.
bro, they robbed a nightclub with tear gas, bro. They went, imagine,
Listen,
get on the ground.
I
That's
am
crazy, my nigga.
not for a second gonna be promoting.
How
Any,
about I
I'm
want
not
to
gonna
promote something
co-sign
positive?
it. I'm not, but here,
Can we go to a hockey game? Me and you, Esso.
I ain't going
Maple
no
Leafs
damn hockey.
game.
It's too cold.
Have you ever been to one?
I have.
I'm tropical, bro. It's too
I have.
cold.
Let's do it. I want to go to a Maple Leafs game.
You wanna go to a Maple Leafs
Yeah.
game?
I know it's wild.
He's dead serious
I'm
though.
dead ass.
Him and his brother go to.
I go to the
they go
Rangers
to the
game. They be thinking
So
we're
here's the thing, and yo, don't crucify me.
enlighten us.
Culturally, if you want more excitement though, the Canadians, the Montreal Canadiens,
The Montreal Canadiens. Yes, I heard that.
it's a different experience.
It's rap.
It's a different experience because shout out to my man. Oh shit, I gotta call my man PK. PK Subban, he live
PK
out here now.
Subban.
You fuck with PK?
That's my bro.
That's my
He live out here.
word. We
Because
got
you know
to
he's
interview
doing.
him.
What is he doing? I think he's on
He's on
ESPN.
TV. He's on
Yeah,
TV
he's on
now.
ESPN
He
now.
commentates now.
Yeah,
You know
so
him?
he live out here now.
Jerome McGinley. What was the Grant Fuhrer when he
Anson
played?
Carter.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, yo.
Yeah, but don't mention Toronto because he know any excuse for me to go to
we
Toronto, I'm
outside.
there. I'm there. I'm hoping the OVO Fest come back around and Cardi be
Yo,
like,
we got
doing another boat ride.
Yo.
Oh, we out because you know I'm there.
Ghost, we
Listen,
did.
Leo, listen, from now, I don't want to date the podcast, but literally from now, like the whole of summer, we got a lot of stuff going on, yo. Got a lot of stuff. There's a lot of it depends on what it depends on what you want to do. This Friday, I'm doing a show with the Locks.
Woo, let's go.
I know that's gonna be crazy. The week after that, I'm hosting Nelly and friends up there. So he got everybody from who on that show? I don't want to misspeak, but it's like a gang of people. I think Rick Ross is coming. A gang of people is coming. So I'm hosting that Loose on the Coming. But I'm hosting that entire show. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff going on, so
We got to do another boat ride, son.
we sure do.
I want to be involved in that. We got to do another boat ride.
We got to
That
get
boat ride is
you
crazy.
in the Caribana. Do they still do it on the
I
highway?
love for I stayed on the block of Caribana. He put me right in the middle of Caribana.
Once you go on the highway, you're going to understand because that asphalt with that sun beaming on you, it ain't like Eastern Parkway with the
highway
trees.
was
But you
going
know
right
what though?
past my
It's
hotel.
different now though.
In what way? I'm
It's a little bit more corporate,
Organized.
structured, organized.
It was coming right down the block past my hotel, so I'm trying to tell you. It was coming
ain't
right
not-
down.
Yo, but the days that you talking about,
Oh, no,
those
that's-
were the best days ever.
best days ever.
Ever.
Yo.
Ever.
I was losing my mind.
Ever.
But
Like
it's,
my mind,
it's
bro.
different, although it was live because this year they didn't have one the year before and all that, so everybody was excited
everybody was
to go.
down.
And-
But it was totally different.
See, because you got to remember, it's funny because even the younger generation have no idea what we talking about.
They don't.
But them times, Young Street, you see how you stayed at
Bro,
Young and Bloor?
oh,
Young
bro.
Street on a Friday?
Lit.
The whole shit was packed from up where he stayed at Young and Bloor all the way down to Young and King. That was the strip. So it's like that's where you go to meet girls for the whole week.
What changed there?
Just the times, bro.
Just people getting older, different generations.
Nah, because the
don't
younger
think so?
generation could have took over, but
Yeah.
I think what happened is it's different businesses got involved, you know what I'm saying? It went from being Caribana to now it's called Toronto Carnival or whatever.
I don't feel that.
And there, you know what I mean? There's
Feels dirty.
it's just a different vibe and energy. It's still dope, you know what I'm saying? Because we still celebrating the Caribbean culture up there, but it's just there's a lot of different things happening. And again, it's at the exact same time usually as OVO Fest. So it's you know what I mean? There's different dynamics. Before, it was only Caribana.
Yeah, now it's
so everything
OVO.
was about
Yeah,
Caribana.
you're right.
But now, Drake he's attracting the biggest artists in the world. So, you know what I mean? There's just a lot more shit to do. You know what I mean?
Is York University still that deal? Cause
York University, that's where I went. Shout out to York University. Of course
dog,
it is.
I was telling Esso, that's where Little X was getting all the models from.
Man,
Yeah. Yo, what?
shout out to X, yo.
Yo,
What's a money commandment that you live by, Cardi?
A money commandment?
Money commandment. What do you stick to keep your money flowing? What would you advise young people to do when they start getting money? What's a money commandment that you live by?
Okay. Yo, if I'm being honest, and they talk about it all the time, like, there was no, like when I first got signed in my early 20s, bro, like there was no blueprint where we came from.
Yeah.
I didn't have anybody that I could ask about advice, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what do I do with my bread? How do I invest it? Where do I invest it? So to be honest, like for me, I learned late in life. But what I would say is that it's better you learn late than not to learn at all. So it's like, I would definitely advise, and I do, like all the artists that I work with, like if you can, like real estate, you know what I'm saying? Like invest in land. Because the thing is that in terms of the population is going up and up and up. And with the exception of like Dubai and a couple other places, like it's a finite amount of land.
Is
so
it really
it's always
though?
going to increase. Say what?
Because Dubai is man-made.
No, but that's why I said, like, with the exception of places like Dubai,
That's man-made where they can make their land.
generally speaking, there's
Land
a
is
finite amount of land. And even when they do actually really start to like develop those cities that are gonna live out on the water or whatever, until such a time.
But you know where the real estate's gonna be in outer space.
Eventually.
Here's the thing, 100 years ago, the average life expectancy, you know what it was? 57. Now it's 77. So if you just start shortening it because you know you got science and technology, it's more advanced. So 50 years from now, the life expectancy is gonna be what? 99?
You always want this life expectancy to go up because you want they putting subconscious in the next
Bro,
person's
in a
subconscious. They freezing you for
Yes.
500 years. He's so caught up. He's like, I want to live for 500 years. No, nigga. It's
How about
not
this?
happening.
How about this?
It's not happening, nigga.
One of his family members asked him, "Aren't you tired of being a man?" What did you say?
Is she out of her fucking mind?
So
I'm a being a man.
Don't you still want to be Esso for the next 500 years?
Nah,
you that
I
deal?
don't want to live alone. I want to be
You
with
gonna get
doing my
nigga, what
loved
you gonna get
ones
new
and all
people?
that.
All your other
You
people
gonna get
gonna
new
live.
people. He said you gonna lose your old people or you gonna get new people.
Yo,
This the same
I
motherfucker.
don't know what tangent y'all niggas just went on, but going back to the money thing, I would say right now we have so much access to be able to be financially literate. I think really what it is really understanding it, because it's like the more that I am around, you know what? Let me not say just being around wealthy people, but being around people that will share with you some of the insights as to how to acquire wealth, but more importantly, how to
Maintain it. Mm-hmm.
Like that is crucial. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is,
But who do you trust though, Cardi? Because niggas be robbing niggas.
I don't trust nobody.
There you go.
So who you gonna trust to help you maintain this money? Because in this business, accountants is the number one thieves out this motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
They rob you fucking blind. I had stories with Rockwilder, Neos has stories, Nelly's has stories. Tons of people has Migos has stories about losing your
here's
money
the other
to people
thing.
that's
If we look at other communities, right? There's always going to be thieves, but what other communities do better than us is, I feel like they network more. I feel like they hold each other more accountable, and these people that are stealing from, like what you said, whoever, Rockwilder or whatever, I don't know what their cultural background is, ethnicity, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, it's like there are other communities that pool their resources. And I don't just mean money. They also pool their resources in terms of like, yo, Hynaken is the ill accountant. You know what I mean? He's done right by, there's 100 people that all say
he's done
he's
right by
the guy. Go see
That's
Hynaken.
who you go see. Gotcha.
You
They
understand
don't
what
go
I'm saying?
outside the circle.
Exactly. So it's
Gotcha.
like, for me, even my current person that I'm with right now, it was something that I just got during the pandemic. But again, it's because my network and the people that I keep around me, I was able to, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Pinball Clemens, who is a national treasure, you know what I'm saying? He played football and all that. And, you know, now I believe his title, I think he's the president of the Argos, you know what I'm saying, which is our Toronto.
Argonauts.
Yeah,
CFL,
exactly.
yeah.
Yep. So the thing about him though is he is such an incredible leader. But to me, you know what I'm saying, like that's big bro. You know what I'm saying? And he is somebody that he's one of those people that lives by his words. So it's like I had a conversation with him to where I'm like, yo, I need somebody good, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to find somebody good. And the thing that's dope is he had these people that he had recommended to me. And you know what I'm saying? Like he's like, yeah, but you know, Cardi, I think this person will be dope for you. Here's why. Da 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 da. We vetted the scenario. You know what I'm saying? I was able to sometimes again, like some people just got the gift of gab. You know what I mean? So you can't really, you know,
Got you.
go by people just because, you know what I mean, just because they're
I got
good,
you.
they're good, you know what I mean? But it was an important lesson for me, you know what I'm saying? Because again, just even as a big man, like sometimes you gotta understand what your strengths are. And I think a lot of times it's like, to be honest, we be on the net too much, bro. We be on the net too much. We be like, people cap all day long. People skip mad steps. People will be telling you all this random stuff. And the thing that's sad is the younger generation,
They eat it up.
unfortunately, like whatever they see on the net, a lot of these guys are like, yeah, but
They
I just
believe in it.
They really do.
They really believe.
And that's the scary part.
They really believe in this shit.
But again, that's why like when it comes to me and anybody that I've dealt with, I believe at least 95% of the artists that I've ever dealt with, young managers, you know what I'm saying, anybody, like I'm never shy to like sit down just like how we sitting down right now and just get whatever I know. Or if they have questions, I'll give them whatever answers I have. And if I don't, I'll be like, yo, my G, I don't know, but you know who does? This person. I'm gonna connect you with this
bang,
person and
But Cardi, you a different type of
pay it
person.
forward.
Your temperament's different. Your mannerisms way different. Your standards is way different. So I gotta say this because I don't want people to get it twisted because the music business and what we're doing is so dirty that I don't want them to even think and hope you're gonna run into a nigga like this. Okay? Because they don't, they're few and far in between. So you watch this like, oh my God, he's a great guy. They're great people in the music business. No, they're not. They're trash. So understand that they're not great fucking people. All right? So he's talking like he talked about me. He said, this guy, I know this guy. I know this motherfucker too, okay? And he really is a nice guy, somebody that you can have your family around, but there aren't other people who I hadn't seen in years that I would bring my wife around to. People don't even bring their wives around this shit. I'm one of the few people to be like, yo, I'm gonna experience this shit. I'm gonna take my wife with me, let her take pictures. She on stage with Drake, she going nuts. While Cardi's on stage, I'm like, get over here, get over here. You can't get over here. And Cardi like, yo, let her do what the fuck she wanna do. He jumping around on stage, so don't think there's a bunch of Kardinal Offishals, because they're not, all right? I just wanna get that straight.
Yo, let me tell you something. My grandmother told me when I signed my first deal, she's like, yo, just remember, you can't serve God and the devil at the same time. And that just always stuck with me. I had to choose. And it is that simple. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that comes from, again, how I was raised, comes with my beliefs. And some people be like, this nigga's a sucker, yo. Like, queens get the money. But like, get the money, but at the same time, it's like, yo, I've seen people that have the bread, and it's like you can see in their eyes, they're
lost.
More than lost, bro. Shout out to Chappelle, man. Chappelle that's my bro, but like anytime you go to hang with Chappelle, just know that any given day or night that you hang with him literally could be a life-changing night. Because that's what he always says. He's like, Cardi, we gotta, you know what I mean, live out the twilight of our youth and just have the best experiences ever. And Dave always try to go by that. So I bring that up to say,
I never met Dave.
You will. He's an incredible person. Like, the same way that you were talking about me and respect you for that is like the same way that I would say like somebody like Dave, there's only one Dave.
There's only one Dave.
Like he is literally, if you ever get a chance to like all the dumb shit aside and just like get to have an intelligent conversation, he's one of the
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Most engaging, intelligent, genius level people. I don't use that genius
He
shit.
has to be. His comedy is genius level
Bro.
now.
So the thing is, there's a lot of different people that come around. And I remember we were at the Hollywood Bowl and there was somebody that came around. And I remember I said to him, it's funny because this person's not really known for certain things, but at the time was saying a lot of inspirational shit at the time. I guess he was just in that zone. And
Mace?
nigga, I said I ain't gonna say who
I
it
said
is.
because Mace was a pastor. It was
Nah,
it was just
definitely
a
not.
joke. It was just a joke. Go ahead.
Trash joke. But anyway, the point was I remember like I saw him and I know him. I'll tell you about it. Basically, he was like, yo, what up, Cardi? Whatever. And I went to him and I said, yo, fam, like I know people, like anytime people see you, you know what I mean? It's some hype beat shit where niggas, I put my hand on him. I said, yo, fam, what you doing right now is more important than you think. There's a lot of people that are really taking your inspirational words, like the shit that you're putting out there right now is needed. It's incredible, it's super dope. And listen, I know that everybody, they only want to talk to you about cars and money and whatever, but this shit that you're doing right now is really inspiring people, bro. And I encourage you, keep doing that shit, my nigga, you know what I'm saying? And the look on his face, he was afraid. Because I don't know why he was doing it, but like, when I told him that, you could see it in his spirit, he was uncomfortable with it. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is how this industry has a lot of people, bro, like, people lost, bro. People are really, really lost, and hopefully, like, as people get older, they'll shed the bullshit, you know what I'm saying, and find more purpose in their life and realize that a lot of when people talk about Jay-Z, bro, and people are like, Jay ain't put out no music in however long and blah, 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 blah. When I look at Jay-Z and I see, when they talk about the maturation of Jay-Z, like...
That's what you see.
Yo, like when I see him, he looks like he's at peace at all times.
All time.
He looks like, he's like, bro, I don't care what you talking about, I'm A-okay. There's not a lot
People
of...
got to get there. Nobody's
There's not a
getting
lot
there.
of people, like, think
In
about
that space.
the level of peace. Like, do you ever see Jay look
Riled up
shaking up,
anymore.
riled up? Never.
He calm as
He be
calm as
chilling.
a motherfucker right now.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing is it's like, like this industry, like it's funny to me, bro. It's like from the time that you met me back in whenever it was 05, 04, whatever, till now, like it's the same Kardinal that you're gonna get because it's just like, bro, I can't change who I am for these weirdos, bro.
Not at
Because
all.
everybody will. Yo, my nigga, yo, son, yo, we gotta.
And then I'll be telling Han, I'll be like, as soon as the nigga do that, I'll be like, Han. He be like, I ain't know you knew a nigga like that. Be like, he faking. He don't fuck with me like that. It's just all because we outside and we hot right now.
Or
so now
who you standing beside. Sometimes niggas that don't mess with you, and then they'll see you with somebody, and all of a sudden I'm like, I know this nigga don't like me, like, you know what I'm saying? For a fact. So I'm like,
for a fact, I know he don't like me.
For a fact. So I'm like, this is weird, like why he's showing all this love. But, at the end of the day, like, I'm a person who, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna look you in your eye. I am going to give you a daps, and I mean it. You know what I'm saying? Like when I see you, it is love. I don't hold no malice for nobody. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, even those people that like, the funny thing is it's like all those people that are out there that bad mind, like no bad mind blood clot youth out there. We know. It's just that more time I'm not gonna like bad, you know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna reflect that energy, bro.
don't have to.
It takes too much. You know what I'm saying? So for me, if you know me, you know that you're always gonna receive love and good energy. The only thing I don't take is any form of disrespect. That's it.
That's fair.
From I don't get no form of disrespect, we good.
Any Dave Chappelle moments that stand out to you?
Way too many.
What's one? It don't even have to be something mega.
Way too many. I mean, shit. Was it the last time? No, not the last time. 2 times ago when I was here a few weeks ago. I don't even remember why I was here, but
I was supposed to hang with you. I was gone.
yeah.
I forgot why you was here.
We missed out. That's
I was in California with
But
y'all.
no, it was dope because it was me, Michael Che, Dave, Syph, and Busta Rhymes. And he had this random pop-up show and Busta ended up performing, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it was just a random, I don't know,
He's been
Wednesday
doing
night.
that for years, man.
Damn, you ain't call us for a random pop.
No. You don't know.
I'm just
You
fucking
don't-
around.
Joe Rogan said he'll just walk around when he was after the deal had messed up with Comedy Central. He'd be like, I need to make some money. I'm just gonna pop up somewhere. With my
No, but he
speaker."
did that for like 10 years.
Yeah, he would just go to a park and have his speaker,
Mm-hmm.
and they would just start giving him bread to do jokes.
Crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, like the thing about Dave is just like, okay, I'll tell you just very quickly, one of
Yeah.
the best experiences that I ever had, and I think it was best because it was the first, is that Dave said, yo, we do this thing called the Juke joint. I said, all right. And he's like, yo, we do it in my hometown of Yellow Springs, you know what I'm saying? I said, all right, cool. So, yo, bro, he flew in, you know what I'm saying, me and my family at the time, like, I think my daughter was, I don't even know if she was a year old. Maybe she was a year old, like she was mad small. But it was like me, my wife, my 3 kids, my best friend, and we got to Yellow Springs and we got to the house. And in the house is Bradley Cooper, Naomi Campbell, Q-Tip, before the pandemic. Gayle King, David Blaine.
Look at Ghostface. Ghost is like, that's what we got.
What was y'all doing there?
Chilling. Yo, we was inside his house around this table. Was Beth Ann Hardison, Kadeem Hardison's mom, who used to be one of the biggest fashion agents in the world for black supermodels. She was there. I just remember we were around this big ass table, and Gayle King was like, "Yo, let me get that baby." Took my daughter. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at my wife, and I'm just looking around the room. I'm like, what is going on? Like, just the wildest gathering, you know what I'm saying, of just like some of the most extraordinary people you've ever seen in your life. And it's like, Darnell Rollins was, people don't know, he's an ill chef. So he was,
Really?
yeah, so he was chefing it up, you know what I'm saying, barbecuing and all that. And so the Juke joint, what it is it's like half comedy, half music. D Nice was there. So this is obviously before the pandemic.
Yeah.
D Nice was like, I don't want to say he was Chappelle's DJs, shout out to Trauma, but like whenever he had the Juke joint, he would always have D Nice. So what would happen is that D Nice would play a set, you know what I'm saying? And if I'm there, you know what I mean, me and Syph, we take the mic, you know what I'm saying? Whatever,
Fuck around.
you know what I mean? Just rock the party. But then it would shift to live music. So he would take members from Prince's band, from Stevie Wonder's band, and they would all be on the stage, and now they're doing live shit.
Was he filming this too?
Yeah.
He did a movie for the pandemic. That's how I asked him.
But no, so this is years before,
The
but
whole movie about the Juke joint in the pandemic.
right, which was dope but weird. Like the original Juke joint is like, it's just way more crazy.
But you would only know that because you experienced this. So
Nah, for
you got
sure, but
a different
But here's what I'm
outlook
saying.
on
You
it.
just gotta understand that. Like, think about it like this. Like, you know, when it shifted over to the live band part, what he'll do is whatever rappers, singers, like whoever's there, everybody got to go up and touch the stage. You know what I'm saying? So over the years, like, I mean, I've seen anybody you can think of, Common, Erykah Badu, Talib, friggin' John Legend, Lenny will pass through, just mad people. You know what I'm saying? Listen, the first time, like when I met Dave for the first time, I met Dave, he invited us to the show, and it was me and my wife. And the very first day that I met him, he's like, yo, tomorrow, this was in Toronto, he's like, yo, I'm doing a Juke Jam tomorrow. And I didn't know what it was. He's like, yo, would you come tomorrow and perform with Usher? I was like, what? In Toronto? I was like, what?
Yeah. Yo, he's known for that.
Yo,
And-
but this is the first time that I met the guy.
He's
He
the way you
asked
come
me to perform with
Usher.
Usher tomorrow. And the reason why we, you know what I'm saying, why we clicked so much was not, I mean, that first night, I remember it was me, Usher, D Nice, Chappelle, maybe 1 or 2 other people. And we just talked for hours. You know what I'm saying? The next day, I'm mad nervous because I'm like, what am I walking into? Much less I got to perform with Usher. And when I got there, Usher just finished performing. So I'm like, now I gotta go on after Usher.
After Usher.
That's crazy.
But what was dope, tore that shit down. And from that day, Dave was like,
Are you the reason that Dave and Cypher so close? Did you
no,
put them together?
Syph was on the Chappelle show. Syph was the DJ. If you go back to the DVD, Syph was the DJ on the Chappelle show.
I forgot.
Yeah, no, hell no. They go way back. You know what I'm saying? They go way back. But what I love is it's just like it's real family, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like it's real family. And it's like, put it this way, a few years ago, I gave Dave like a hard drive full of like unreleased Kardinal music. Cause Dave was really the one that actually made me start messing with me for a while, maybe for like a year or two. I didn't want nothing to do with music at all. I was like, yo, this is
I went through that.
But
I
went to go see Dave, and we all, we were drinking at his spot, and it was like 5 a.m, and he's like, bro, like, why are you not putting out music? Why are you not doing any music? And I was just like, bro, I don't feel it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, family, I'm a mega fan. And he's like, if I'm a fan, I know that there's hundreds of thousands or millions of people who are Kardinal fans who was like, yo, why is Kardinal not putting out any music? This nigga is nice. And here's the thing. Dave ain't have to say that. Dave has everything in the world. He doesn't gain anything by trying to gas me up. You know what I'm saying? And it was one of those private moments to where it's just, you know what I mean? Just the boys chilling. And he was dead ass, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, yo, fam, like I am a complete Kardinal fan, right? So before I left, I just gave him a hard drive of like a gang of joints. And a few months later, Syph's on the road. And Syph calls me and he's like, yo, Cardi. I said, what up? He said, this motherfucker will not stop playing your song. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, bro, I'm on the road with Dave. He said, Dave plays it in the car. He plays it before the show. He wants me to play it at the end of his show. When we go to the bar to drink after, he plugs in his iPhone
and plays it.
He's like, bro, I've heard this song 100 times in the last 3 days.
What song is it?
And I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? He's like, bro, this nigga, he's going crazy. Anyway, Dave hit me like 2 days after that. He's like, yo, Cardi, I'm doing this Netflix special. You think you'd be cool with having your song like be the ending credits? I was like, of course, what are you talking about? Yo, he asked me that like, I don't know how many times over the next couple of months. And every time I'm like, Dave, yes, bro, like, of course. So anyways.
What was that check like?
You're worried about the wrong thing.
Oh,
Here's
I'm
This
This
is BagFuel. That was about the money, but go ahead.
Keep going.
fair. I mean, it was good. But the point,
Understood.
The point though was that what was so dope was that I remember it came out New Year's Eve, like going into January 1st.
Yeah.
And for me, like, it was so ill. Like, I don't remember in a long time being that happy because for me, this is my bro, but also one of the greatest comedians of all time. But then third, that's something that's forever. You know what I'm saying? So when you think about it, like when people think about the great Dave Chappelle, you know what I'm saying? At some point, they're gonna watch that and my song will always be the ending credit. You know what I'm saying? To Equanimity. And it's just like, I don't know how to explain it except that it's like, not everybody gets to have those type of relationships within the industry. Not everybody gets to be behind the curtain, you know what I'm saying, to see how people really are. And I think that doesn't matter how close me and Dave are, like that's my, like, you know how ill it is, like when Dave Chappelle texts you on your birthday, like, yo, bro, happy birthday, I love you, family, blah, 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 like, that don't get old, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Man, it don't mean nothing
like,
when I text you on your birthday,
no, it
motherfucker.
don't.
God damn, nigga, I text you on your birthday too, nigga.
No, this man flew to the crib. This
he
man
did.
flew in, but I say all that to say it's like, for me, I've been supremely blessed, bro.
Yeah.
Supremely blessed to have very unique experiences and continue to have them. You know what I'm saying? Like when you think about it, like, man, like, bro, being on, like, grinding is one of people to this day, it's like one of the best hip hop beats, top 10 possibly of all time. You know what I'm saying? Like, grinding is one of those songs to where everybody has a certain reverence for that joint. To be able, like, literally handpicked by Pharrell to be on that, it wasn't random. You know what I'm saying? Like, I met Pharrell in Toronto, and he was a fan of the joint All Time Killing that I came out with. He's like, yo, I'm a massive fan of that. I was like, yo, that grinding shit that you guys just came with is crazy. He's like, yo, I want you to be on the remix. And, you know, industry shit, I was like,
All right.
sure, whatever. But yo, fam, this is how long ago, when the FedEx came with the Pro Tools disc,
Oh man, you was like, I'm on this thing.
on it, Bridget, I wrote it, recorded, and sent it back within the hour.
Damn.
Within the hour. Yo, that was, but when you think about all these different things, you know what I'm saying, throughout my career, bro, it's like, all I can live with is gratitude at this point in time. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally all I could live with is gratitude. Because if you think about the amount of 1 degree of separation, you know what I'm saying, between certain people, it's like, yo, yeah, I know, like, having the experience of, you know, seeing Drake make that transition from, you know, a dude that was super passionate about hip hop but was on TV, but to becoming the guy in hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Just even to be able to know what it was like, or to see him do those things in the early days and see how he was figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, them times, like I remember, you know, I connected him with Knots, and I remember he went out to Virginia, you know what I'm saying, and did some stuff with Knots. I remember Bun B hit me, you know what I'm saying? Because at the time, Bun hit me, and he was asking me, he's like, yo, who's this Drake kid? I said, yo, he's official, he's legit, you know what I'm saying? Like, being able to, you know, the Drakes of the world, the Rihannas of the world, just all these, like, that whole convict shit that we didn't even talk about, you know what I'm saying? Which is part of the reason, like, why my whole legacy just went even to another level during that time. Because he was the one that really, really had me understand the importance of having a global career.
Khan did.
As opposed to...
Akon did.
Absolutely. He did with all of us, with all of his artists. Like, literally, he was like, yo, he's like, yo, America's dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be rich, you could be successful, whatever. But he's like, yo, if you really want to become, you know what I'm saying, that guy, that girl, or whatever, because at the time, you know, Lady Gaga was in there and all that. And I remember, like, he gave us the speech where he's like, yo, it's about international, bro. It's about being able to, you know what I mean, conquer Asia, conquer Europe, you know what I mean, the world, and not just because some people are hyper focused
on the United States.
On the United States, or even just North America, like Canada and the States. They don't realize how many fans are out there. You're talking about BagFuel and you're talking about money, bro. There's some people right now who you would never even think of, who's getting caked up because they're going overseas, making that bread. You know what I'm saying? Doing everything out of town. They come back here, invest, whatever. And you looking at them like they simple. At the end of the day, these man, you know what I mean? The man them are like doing something, you know what I mean?
Incredible.
Something incredible. So for me, bro, like, it's wild, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like I performed for the royal family in the UK before. You know what I mean? I've performed, you know what I mean, in the south of Spain with 300,000 plus people on the beach. Nigga, have you ever heard 300,000 people cheer at the same time?
Nah.
Like, there are so, like, you know what I mean? There are so many stories, experiences, things that I've been through, but it's like, I am just, to be honest, like, I'm just a square from the neighborhood, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm being dead ass. I didn't come up, you know what I mean? I wasn't, didn't have the patience to sell weed.
He said the patient.
I
Those things that being a drug dealer is easy.
Exactly.
Easy?
Yeah, he said it's easier than working a regular job.
I don't know about that.
Thank you. I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
I'm trying to tell you. I don't know
Yo,
about
because
that.
like I alluded to it earlier, but it's like, honestly, the neighborhood that I went to elementary school into middle school, like, that was high crack time. And it's like everybody that, like, all my close friends, like, I went away in the 7th grade in the summertime. I came back by 8th grade.
Niggas was in jail.
Nah, they was fly.
Oh.
Everybody was, you know what I'm saying, selling crack.
Just got all the money and they made money.
It's
Yo, he's
This is
Don't
like,
don't-
but
don't
you know
get
what I'm
caught up.
saying?
Yeah,
So
I
it's
know
like,
what you're saying.
so it was something where I came back, I was like, wow, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we were kids, but it was like they were doing what they were doing, but what was ill and what I loved was, you know, my friends, but also people that were older than me, they're like, nah, bro, this shit ain't for you.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? They might have broke me off, like, to perform in the neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? That whatever was going on, like, they might say, here, hold this. Or what I used to love is they used to, like, break me off and say, yo, go to studio with this. You know what I'm saying? That's you. And it's like, we don't really have that kind of fabric anymore. You know what I'm saying? In terms of, like,
Niggas is getting money, seeing the potential of the people that don't gotta sell drugs.
yeah, but keeping them away from the dumb shit.
Yeah, they bring the basketball player. Come over here, grab the gun, put the gun up. Come over here. Yeah, the niggas would be like, no, bro.
But that's the thing that's crazy to me is, like, we see these stories over and over again, you know what I'm saying, on the internet, on the news, like, yo, it's wild, you know what I'm saying? And I'm super thankful for that, because it's like, honestly, I've seen stronger people, you know what I mean, fail and get weak to it because they see the money and they like, nah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to get involved in it. But, you know, shout out to my mom and my dad, shout out to my family, everybody who, like, you know, I just came up at a time and I came up with people who actually, like, when people say they got love for somebody, it's like, you can't have love for somebody and not want the best for those people.
there you go.
You know what I mean? Yo, I would just end it on this if I had to. We live in the wildest time. Like, social media, the internet it's not a real place. You know what I'm saying? It's only showing you 5% of what's actually going on. And unfortunately, it is very, it doesn't just affect, like, the younger generation, but there's people that are our age that live on that shit that are seriously depressed because they see what other people are doing and they're like, man, I'm such and such
I'm a
an age.
failure.
I'm a failure. I can't believe, look what he's doing. I'm not doing that. Oh man, this guy's got 4 phantoms. This guy, he says he's got 5 houses. This guy's doing whatever. And whether it's real or not, these people are literally taking that home and, you know what I'm saying, like, they're taking in that energy and they really are not appreciative for the dope lives that they live.
That they're living.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all I can do, honestly, bro, is just like each one teach one. And when it comes to me, anybody that's, you know what I mean, that's within reach of my energy, so whether it be through these cameras, whether it be physically, is it's like, you know that when you're around Cardi, it's gonna be a good energy, it's gonna be a good vibe. And, you know, I really want the betterment of my people. You know what I'm saying? So whatever BS is going on out there, you know what I'm saying? Like, hats off to you, but there are still some real ones left. So
Kardinal Offishall, you know what I'm saying? It took me some time to get him here, but he finally showed up. He still owes me an 8-bar clip. I'm not going to talk about that. And I just want to shout out my people, you know what I'm saying? My people's Canada, you know what I'm saying? I had to put it on today because my man was here. You know,
listen,
I got my Canada
I didn't
shirt
even,
on.
I just seen a man lift up his shirt. I was like, I don't want to see that.
I got my Canada shirt on. BagFuel, super chat, super thanks. Follow Kardinal Offishall on the Grammys, Kardinalo. He changed his name. Follow BagFuel, BagFuel. Follow, you'll find us. You find my man Hynaken, ESS Story, 1C Sounds Official. We out of here. Shout out Toronto.